I mean, you can say whatever you want to say. I just think it's a bit weird describing Nazi uniform as fashionable, to be honest with you, mate. Hello and welcome to episode 7. I'm Lewis Reeves and you are...
Joe Ball.
Do you prefer Joanna Ball or Joe Ball?
Do you know what? It's so funny you asked me that.
I literally just thought it then.
I know, because my new desk plaque at work... Desk plaque? Embarrassing.
That's not a brag.
No, it's for me. I love it.
My new desk at work, that's not a brag. That's just a piece of equipment that you need for work.
No, laminators, staplers, rubbers. I went upstairs the other day, opened a cupboard that I didn't know existed, because I was like, oh, they want me to bind something, which I've never done before.
Right.
Went rooting around these cupboards. I just casually go over to one.
And there's a lion in there. Narnia.
I would love that. And I opened it, Lewis, honestly.
Yeah.
Full of brand new stationery. We're talking rubbers, pens, Sharpies, notepads that are still in cellophane. I was buzzing.
Well, thanks for joining us on episode.
That's it, karma.
Sake.
It's called instant karma. So I'm telling you now, there will be people out there thrilled about new stationery.
What did you get then? What was on your desk?
My name plaque says Joe Ball. Because I said, oh no, I prefer to go by Joe. And when it arrived, I looked at it and I thought, oh, maybe I should have been Joanna, actually. But then no one calls me Joanna unless it's my mum or unless it's someone where I've done something wrong, usually. But I really like the name Joanna. But usually when people call me that, it is because I've done a bad. Because most of my world call me J, Joe, JB, Jojo, P.
Wasn't Jojo
Troll.
the early 2005
Jojo.
R&B artist? Yeah.
Troll is the main one, if I'm honest.
Late, can't wait. Is that Jojo?
I don't actually know Jojo.
No, it's probably a little after your time.
Stop it, I told you. You're intimidated by my wiseness.
Yeah, you're wisdomous.
Yeah.
What do you prefer? Yeah, I think Joe Bull sounds like a radio DJ presenter, like someone quite famous.
Let's go with
It's quite cool. Joanna Bull. Today on This Morning, we've got Joanna Bull, who's COVID vaccine denier.
No, and do you know what? I have had my 2 jabs, just FYI.
Okay.
But I wish I hadn't of.
Please tell us more, Joe.
I got lumps everywhere. After my 2nd jab, I got lumps in my boobs. I had them behind my knee. I had them under my armpits. So much so, I was
Really?
rushed in. I had an emergency mammogram. I had the first mammogram, and they found loads of lumps. So
Side note, mammogram's a great word.
It is good, isn't it?
I know
Mammogram.
Scary thing that's happening for you,
Yeah.
but mammogram just sounds like fun.
It does, but it's really not.
But it's not, no.
And do you know what? Especially if you've got little boobs, because if you've got a big boob, it goes onto a slab, right? So if you've got like huge jublets, you can just like get in the slab and go like that, and then they crush them.
Right.
If you've got like no boobs, like me, they
Yeah.
were literally like trying to get this,
Peeling you down.
peeling me down, like trying to get it from my stomach. To squash me into it. I was like, I don't think you're gonna get any more boob. So I had that. Then they sent me. Then they sent me in for an emergency ultrasound, and I still had them.
This is terrifying.
Yeah, and then it was only last year, and then as they looked, they realised that it wasn't dangerous, and I said,
Right.
"So what's the tea then? Like,
Yeah.
what's with all this?" And he went, "Which jab did you have, out of interest?" And I said, "AstraZeneca." And he went, "You're 41. I was 41 at the time. And I said, "Yeah." And he went, "We stopped giving those out because women were having massive glandular reactions."
Oh,
and I was
I
like,
remember
oh
now.
my God. Because some of my friends' periods were affected.
Yep.
And I
know so
wasn't
many women
like,
that happened
I don't know. I'm just a bit...
I must admit, my heart was funny for a while. Like, what's it called? Microcarditis? It's like when you get small micro tears in your heart.
Oh.
And I'd never had like chest pains before. And that's why I didn't get the third one. The
same.
second one freaked me out enough. Now, that might be placebo or psychosomatic or whatever, but I'd never had those pains before.
I know. And I've never been...
I think it was the right thing to do.
I get ill on like, yeah, same, because I wanted to see my parents and I was trying to safeguard my parents as much as I could. Now and again, I get like this like weird flu-like thing that lasts for a couple of days, and I always say to the girls, we've got a joke in our house, because I go, I think I need to do a Rona test. They can't hear it anymore because...
Rona test?
Yeah, every now and again I go, I think I need to do a Rona test. They're like, it's not Rona. And it usually isn't.
Any other side effects?
talk a lot of shit.
I was about to say,
Did that before.
you used to be a lot more fun. The
So it's my
tinfoil
fault.
hat comes out a lot more. And aliens are fucking real. 1522.
That's not one.
It's not one, is it? All right, okay.
We just
Joe all day has been going 1515, and because I think I'm funny, I've been going, oh, Joe, guess what? Says it on mine as well.
We've had
Angel
11,
numbers.
11, 14, 14,
Yeah.
and 15, 15. The 15, 15 was the weirdest because we were just sat here. We just sat here. We just sat here
Yeah.
and planning,
Yeah.
and then I could have got up at any moment. And you said, go and hit record. I went to hit record and it was 15, 15. I'm sorry.
But what is it? What are angel numbers? These things that you go on about all the time. They are what?
They're a
Signs.
comfort from the universe that you're open and your awareness is different, because how many people probably look at and don't notice double numbers because they're just like in their own world, in their own head. If you're noticing things like angel numbers, look, they've all got things. Look up 1515 because that was our last one.
Right, all right, let me find out what are angel numbers
go on.
first. Angel numbers are repeating number sequences often used as a guide for deeper spiritual exploration. These sequences can range from 000 to 999, and each has its own distinct meaning and energy. Is it in the stars? Okay.
Let's see what
So
1515
are they
says.
messages?
Yes.
Yes.
I burped at the same time.
Yeah. Yes, they are. You just sound yes.
Yep.
Whether you spot it on a license plate or in a phone number, I mean that's stretching it a bit
Yeah,
far.
but I don't know.
In a
That's
phone
rubbish
number,
one.
seeing 1515 is a specific sign of positive change and transformation coming your way. And while change isn't always easy, it is necessary and
growth.
inevitable for growth. And this angel number lets you know that you can access the best outcome with aligned action. Yeah, it's nice. I'm not sure if I buy into it.
Don't have
Too
to, I
much.
do, so there we go.
Shirley,
And I'm the happy one, he's the miserable so there we are.
funnily enough, that's 1212. My physiotherapist, she really believes in angel numbers. But so it's really funny because she'll obviously be oiling me up, like giving me a massage.
Obviously.
Yeah. Then all of a sudden she'll see one and she'll like scurry around and like screenshot it, but her hands are all oiled up. So it's like...
Ruins her phone
yeah,
every time.
exactly. Earlier this morning, I was in Aldi, the great superstore that I now do advertisements for, apparently. And you know how rapid, everyone probably knows this, bar me, but I didn't know this. You know how rapid the...
Middle aisle goes down?
Well, no, you're like the people who check you out, they like throw your shit at you, don't you, to bag
you have to
up.
pack it quick. It's like supermarket sweep now.
You're not meant to pack it up there and then. There's a bench behind you where you're meant to take all your stuff and then you bag it up there.
No, I'm sorry, that is not happening.
that-
I would be panic. Don't panic me. I've got a strategic way of packing. As the item comes down, I will have multiple bags out. I will know which one I'm putting it in.
Yeah.
Start heaviest at the bottom, even out the heavy ones, so you've got equal. Don't put me on a bench.
You're meant to like have a big sort of like, almost like a tray or just scoop them up. You know, like when you go through security at airport.
Yeah, the trays.
But then you're
I
meant
like
to, when you
those.
get your stuff back, you go to a little place.
I like those.
And that's what that, you know, when you buy the window in Aldi, that's what those places are for. I never knew this.
Do people do it?
No, it's just where people like chuck their kids and stick chewing gum. No one does it, but apparently that's the system. Or I've probably on occasion wiped the odd bogey underneath it.
Under it, yeah.
Just what's that? Just
How many bogies under school desks, though?
mate, so many.
So many bogies.
I've always got my fingers up my nose.
You have always got your fingers up your
That's because
nose.
of my nose hair.
I've told you to get a trimmer. We've been talking about this since episode 1, actually.
I'm going to a Turkish barber soon.
Get
and
him
I'm
to
gonna
burn that off.
because they'll do like your ears and they'll give you like a bit of a facial.
Do you know
and
what
all
I
that
was
sort of
thinking?
stuff.
Also
not
about-
that kind of facial.
No, because that's... Well,
Although, not that I'm against it.
no, and I
No.
wouldn't judge
Not
anyone
that I'd want it,
does
actually.
that. No, I wouldn't.
Can you just cut my
Can
hair,
you just-
please, mate? Poke someone's eye out. No, not the scissors.
Do you know what else, following on from the bogey thing, just
Mm-hmm.
when I think of it? Did you ever in your school
Here we go.
wet toilet paper?
I was chuck it on the ceiling.
What was that?
Yeah, I was disgusting, wasn't it?
What was that, though? And do they still do it?
What was that about?
What was that even about? Oh, I got an idea. Let's do that. Oh, look at that mess. And then just
Lob it against that.
and let it dry out.
Kids are just destructive, aren't they? Kids are just weird, especially that teenage age. I can remember, this is mental. Me and Joe have been laughing all morning saying, because my wife Charlotte went and watched like, it was like a Netflix serial killer convention with like a spokesperson there. And my wife basically came home and she went, I think you're a psychopath. And she listed some of the traits. I was like, what? Fucking hell, I might be actually.
Loads of people have got psychopathic traits. If you start breaking all of that down.
I can remember being a teenager and for absolutely no apparent reason, I wasn't angry at all. Don't worry, he's not going to get chopped off the head of a cat. No. No, I didn't.
Be like, see you later.
Yeah. I got a knife and just engraved my name on the bread bin in the kitchen. Just put...
No, that's petty vandalism.
Yeah, but like absolutely no thought of like threat or there being like a deterrent or some sort of punishment. And do you know what the stupid thing is? I put my full name.
Who did this?
I put Lewis Reeves.
Who's done this?
Do you know what I mean? From like, what was those cooking lessons? I can't remember, like design technology or something.
Home economics.
Home economics.
Home ec. Here, you got your food for home ec? No, can I borrow your raisins?
But, yeah, I was always the kid on the computer. Never brought his stuff.
I'd like to think I'm not a thief.
Mm-hmm.
I stole when I was a kid. And I've never stolen since. My dad had a word. So basically, we were on holiday in a caravan. We always were on the lookout for a bargain, which is obviously the best.
Mm-hmm.
I go down to the caravan farm shop to pick up our milk.
By the way, you're doing absolutely nothing for travellers. You're not helping those stereotypes whatsoever.
And I'm in there, and there's no one there. Like the lady, where's the lady? Mm-hmm. And there's these bags.
What kind of shop?
Campsite shop.
Right, okay.
And there's loads of bags of homemade fudge. £1.50.
Oh.
I know. And
Clear,
I was there,
transparent.
I kept waiting. I waited a long time, to be fair, so it's kind of her own fault.
Yeah, she was asking for it.
And I was like, no, nothing. And I just thought, my nan would love that fudge.
Yeah.
So I got it.
Yeah.
And I was shaking when I did it. I was about 12, I think.
It's a buzz.
It's gone up me. It's gone up my jumper.
Yeah.
Not up me, that would be
I
absolutely
tried to avoid
not
that
okay.
one. Yeah.
Up there, I ran back to the caravan, got in. So I got your milk, but there was no one in the campsite, and there was this fudge out on the side. So I nicked us some, and I was buzzing. And my nan nearly had a heart attack. My dad just looked at me, and I was like, I was thrilled about it. That's old enough as well, like, and I'm supposed to be cool. I'm at secondary school by now. Why am I not cool?
You're making big cognitive, in your defence, do you know what I mean? You're still working out what
I'm
right
still
and wrong
weighing
is.
stuff up.
Yeah.
My dad took me on a walk down to the pond.
Mm.
Didn't tell me off, didn't shout at me. He just gave me a really articulate, my dad's so wise, gave me a really articulate reason as to why that wasn't a good thing to do. I walked it back, owned up, said I stole your fudge. She gave me 3 fucking bags for saying sorry. So I was like, great.
I should do this more
just
often.
Just nick and then say sorry and then you get loads more.
Oh, that's good.
No.
Your dad's a good dad.
No, my dad, I want to bring him up on this because I've been thinking about it.
Mm.
He is so super wise.
Yeah.
So super wise. He knows stuff, Lou, before it's happened, and he knows about people. He has predicted so much stuff that has come true over the years in my personal life and also in the world in general. Like, something will happen in politics. He follows politics like so avidly, and he will just say something and years later it's happening.
You could say he's got his finger on the pulse.
Finger on the pulse, there it is again.
Yeah.
He really has. Like, but even funny ones, like me and my mum laugh about this one all the time. When I was about 17, it was just before I went to drama school. I was late into like the dating scene.
17, so this is 1950.
2.
Yeah, right, okay.
I'd been asked out to the cinema
Nice.
by an older gent who has now moved countries because he has a questionable offence record, but we'll move on from that. So,
what?
Yeah, he was older than me. And my
How much
parents...
older?
Like, he was probably, looking back, he was probably about 26, 27, and I was only 17. Like, I personally, not that I'm judging, but the older you get, it's different. But, like, that younger stage, like...
It's a tough one, isn't it? Especially from a parental point of view because
Well,
you don't
they-
want to push them
Exactly.
into their arms. And
And-
also, you're 17, so you are...
I know. And he was
bit
very
older.
religious as well. Very, not that I've got anything against religious people.
You're really
obviously.
selling him.
No, anyway.
Older religious nuns. What a catch you got there, Joe. Why didn't it work out?
Well,
The Roman Catholic Church keep moving him around.
yeah. So he took me to the cinema,
Yeah.
and my parents obviously didn't want me to go, but I had done the whole, no, I go to drama with him, he's really nice.
No.
And then he comes to the house in his car. And my dad's obviously an engineer as well. And he gets, and he's really like doing the sucky up thing to the parents. Oh, hi, how are you? You know, doing that.
Yeah.
And my dad's suspicious straight away. And he takes a walk around the car. Now, he hasn't lifted the bonnet. He can just smell this vehicle.
Right.
I get in the car, we're driving up the drive, and my dad leans in his window, taps on his window. And this guy looks at it, he's like, yeah, and is everything all right? And my dad goes, I'm not okay with you taking my daughter out in this vehicle. It's not faring well. Anyway, cut to, he takes me to the cinema.
Right, but what do you do in that situation?
I'm like that.
You're embarrassed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also know my dad's right about a lot of stuff as well, but I don't want him to be right about this one.
Yeah, because you want to go on the date
Yeah.
with the guy.
So we go to the cinema, we get home, everything's okay. As he drops me off, my dad says it again, your car's in trouble, mate. You want to go careful, that engine's going to blow up. yeah, all right, yeah, you know. Da-da-da-da. The next day, he drove to Liverpool because he supported Liverpool. Car blew up on the motorway.
Christ.
Like, literally, the engine blew up, caught fire. My dad has got loads and loads of little ones like that. He'll just say it, and then literally the next day the thing happens.
You're a little bit like that, though.
I'm a little bit. I think
Bit
I've
of an
picked up
oracle.
on his pastors. Because we're talking about powers.
Well, maybe you need to lean into that a bit more.
Oh no, I'm leaning. I'm getting. You know, we were joking about it the other week that I'm getting so many right.
Yeah. Well, and the Iris thing with Togger's
I know.
daughter's name.
It's happening a lot, Lewis.
It's happening. But I think you can block yourself up. Like, you're right or wrong, but it's good to just lean into those things and be
Yeah.
like, right, well, I'm just going to say that I have this and see what happens. I do want to say a big shout out to Chris Hyson, who did So Many People Are Vibing the theme song.
Yes.
And Chris Hyson is the amazing producer behind it. So go check him out, have a look at his work, because he's amazing.
Ledge.
And he always helps me out and always creates absolute bops.
Yeah, people are buzzing off of this.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they love that more than the actual show, to be
Yeah,
honest with
because
you.
we sing it round our house as well. I caught Julie the other day giving it.
You know, you've got to learn the words to your own theme song.
I know the words.
Okay,
That's
good.
what she was doing. I was doing an impression.
Right. Okay, cool.
And then we actually make up other ones.
It needs more verses. Maybe for the if we ever do a live show, we can come out open with that, but with a
Yeah.
few more verses.
We'll do verses of stuff that's gone as well. Real stuff.
That is real
Well,
stuff.
yeah, Nana losing her teeth. Called it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
COVID vaccine, called it.
We use it as
Leicester
like...
winning the league. They won the Premier League.
Yeah,
But that one
called
goes over your head, doesn't it?
I mean, I can appreciate your passion
Thanks.
for all
Cool.
of that.
Great.
All of that. I really fancied Ryan Giggs when I was a teenager, and then he did a bad, didn't he? So that went
Yeah,
down
let's stay
in
away
flames.
from him.
Yeah. I did have him on a poster as well.
He was a good looking lad.
And you'd go like this to the poster.
You do that to the poster.
Everybody's done that to a poster.
I did something very different to my poster.
I don't want to know what you did to your poster.
I had Carmen Electra
Oh, did
in
you?
the white
Yeah.
thong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, do you know what? Were you, I don't want to say it like this, but I have to. Were you around in the days of Athena, the store that had all those plastic posters, and you'd go through and you'd have the man holding the baby, then you'd have Pammy in her
What,
red
Athena?
suit.
Is this pre or post electricity? Because obviously we're on different timelines.
What such a turd, honestly.
What about the wheel? Was the wheel knocking about?
You have to knock me, don't you? Because you're just
sorry,
intimidated by
it's-
the wiseness.
It's overwhelming me.
There was a poster. I can't remember what it was of now. It was a bloke, and it was really, really famous.
Holding a baby?
No, that was another one. There was another bloke one that every girl had.
Diet Coke one?
And I bet you, I want people to write in about this as well, because there cannot be many girls that have not had a poster up, especially my age, because posters were massive. And you used to just
You used to give it
put
a
your
kiss
record,
like that.
put your record player on.
Yeah. I can remember once slogging a mirror because I wanted to see what it looked like. I did it once and then I never did it again. And then I always had this feeling of, oh my God, I'm so sorry what you're about to see. Leading with tongue.
Yeah.
God, do you remember getting off at discos?
Yeah. Like that, or like that around the waist. And then you just used to do it in one position, wouldn't it?
Yeah, like get a crick on your neck. I won't mention her name. Lovely girl. She's probably like 4'11", but the biggest gob in Britain. And we went to kiss, and she put her whole mouth over my mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm sort of like asphyxiated even. And I didn't do anything. I just kept my mouth placid. So she was giving it, and I was just in fear. I was like, I can't wait to get out of this village hall. That must be mental, because I'm going to have to go through that. Obviously, I'm a dad now, so in like 10 years' time, I'm going to be the parent on the sideline where everyone's just like snogging 40 different people.
Yeah, and you'll be able to say to them, your car's going to blow.
Yeah, because I'm going to blow it on me, snogging my daughter like that, asphyxiating her.
I've cut the wires in your under your bonnet for asphyxiating my daughter.
Yeah. That's a lovely sentence, isn't it? I tell you what we need to do. We need to do celebrity endorsement. And today it's Louis Spence from Pineapple Dance Studios. No, I wish it was.
Yeah, that would be good.
Have you watched Stranger Things?
Yeah.
So we have got, I think the character he plays in Stranger Things is Alexei.
Great show.
This is Alec Utgoff.
Utgoff.
Being our celebrity endorsement of the week. Take it over, Alec.
Louis, can you stop calling me, please? Asking me for endorsements. I don't care. Quite frankly, the only reason I know your name is because you keep harassing me. Leave me alone, okay? Leave me alone, man.
And I'm dying inside. Thanks, Alec.
Thanks, Alec.
You're very talented.
Super talented.
Okay.
It's my section, isn't it, this week?
It certainly is.
Are you ready?
Always.
If you want the truth,
Mm-hmm.
my source is from the Daily Mirror, the Daily Star. She's got a Facebook page. And also been featured on Have I Got News For You?
Okay.
And basically, his name is Billy.
Okay.
It's a goat.
Okay.
This is Billy, the psychic goat.
How is a goat getting on Have I Got News For You, but I can't?
No, I found it.
How's a goat got a better agent than me?
Because he's psychic and you're
Right.
not.
Yeah, it's true.
Sue Zacharias, she was given the goat. So basically...
She's the goat owner.
Yeah, so Sue... I knew this would happen as soon as I started. So basically, Sue had a grandma. Let's take the goat out of it right now. Sue Zacharias
Yeah.
had a grandma. The grandma used to read tea leaves in the wartime.
Okay,
and tell fortunes. So basically, the grandma then... So they worded it like had the gift, right? So she read tea leaves for war wives in Suffolk in the 1940s. And then she passed on the legacy of fortune telling.
To the goat.
To...
Sorry, it's just a silly bit of business, isn't it?
So she
I'm just being a silly Billy.
Grandma passes on the gift. She was actually like a real fortune teller though in the war.
Okay. I believe you.
Yeah. Sue, she passed it on to Sue, but Sue is the one that taught it to her pet goat, Billy.
I'm staying with you.
Now, this goat has really, honestly predicted quite a lot of things. That's what blew my mind.
I'm listening.
So, let me go back to when the goat was given over. So,
Please.
Sue was given Billy,
Yeah.
who is the size of a Shetland pony. Just another little fact for you.
That's quite big for a goat, isn't
I
it?
thought so too.
Yeah.
But apparently goats can get quite big. And they're really quite smelly. Because someone wrote about the studio, they had to go through like 8 bottles of Febreze to get the smell of the goat out of the studio. So, and also her previous goat. Stop looking at me.
I am not saying anything, Joe. I am on your team. I'm open.
It's haunting you, innit? It's haunting you. The goat before Billy,
So Sue's goat. She had
Sue's
another goat.
She had another goat, and he could tell fortunes too.
Of course he could. Why would one goat not be able to? That would be mental. At that point, if you said one goat could do it, but the other goat couldn't, I'd be like, sorry, Joe, you've lost me here. 2 goats, believable. 1 goat, hang on a minute, something's up.
I'm hurting. Oh my god.
Okay, so
But
she had a goat before Billy.
he died.
Yeah.
He died. So
Right.
then she was given Billy. So basically, Sue then took Billy on. He's
Okay.
6 now. He's predicted really big shit like football games, football matches.
Yep.
You'd like that, look.
Yeah.
They've been accurate.
Okay.
There's a procedure as well. Like, he's actually predicted stuff about the Royals and things.
So when you say Billy's, which, Joe, I totally believe, Billy's predicting the future, how is he doing this?
Right, this is the bit that I love.
Let's get to the tea.
So the tea is...
Sue would love that.
Yeah.
With her grandma's history.
I want to get her on. I'm not even joking. This goat needs to happen.
I'd get her on. The goat can stay outside though.
Yeah.
This is a small space.
Yeah, especially because
Yeah.
it's smelly.
Yeah, we go through 3 bottles of Febreze with you just having your shoes off. Honestly, it's like Cheddar Gorge. How does Billy the goat make predictions?
He's usually at like fairs and things like that. That's where she tours him.
Okay.
But like
yeah.
I said, he's been on. I've only got news for you. I've got the clip
Okay.
for you to see as well
Fantastic.
as evidence. You go in and you have to pet Billy.
Yeah.
Like you have to touch him and stuff.
Okay.
Put your hands on him and you have to ground yourself.
Right.
And he will either pick a tarot card or he will pick like a yes/no answer to something with his mouth after you've grounded yourself on him. Not like grind.
I'm sorry, what?
Not like grinded on him.
Right.
Grounded.
Right, okay.
So you have to put your hands on, you have to pet him, stroke him,
Kiss the back of his neck.
like all the things.
Yeah.
And he picks up on your energy.
Okay.
And you then can either pick the card if you so wish,
Yeah.
like channeling Billy through you,
Okay.
and then Sue will do the reading. Or if you want Billy to pick, he will pick the card. So, but Sue has said, I have
With
to
his
have
hooves?
his mouth.
Well, of course. Silly me.
So you have to pet him for several minutes before presenting him with the tarot cards or before you want him to pick. But she's got tarot cards especially made for animals. And
Well, so other animals can have their tarots done as well. Sorry, mate, there's 2 Shetlands in there.
There's a llama that's in trouble, wants some advice about something, I don't know. Just chatting something about something. Said he wanted to pop by and see you later. So, I have tarot cards, especially for animals, yeah. So, because what it is a lot of tarot cards have quite... Have you ever had your tarot?
Shirley, who's my physiotherapist, tells me that she'll do some tarots or she'll do tarot type cards.
Do you like tarot readings?
I mean, that's my only experience with hers. Been fine,
Okay.
but
Do you like
They
it
can have-
though? Or are you like, yeah, I think I need my tarots read? Or are you like, oh, go on then?
I'm a little bit of the ethos where I like being I like the surprise of life. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't affect me too much. I suppose if I'm like looking for a bit of guidance, which is why I've sort of got into these types of thing recently, but I don't really want to know too much because I like
Surprises.
surprises and I like the variety of it.
Fair.
Do you know what I mean? And also, I don't know if you're leaning this way, but like sometimes, depending on who's doing your tarot reading, it could be quite a negative,
Yeah,
quite a
well...
tough time. What, is Billy a bit of a Debbie Downer?
No, she's basically removed. She's got posh animal ones, basically. Posh.
Okay.
There's special animal ones where they don't have like the hanging man on them, or
What's the hanging man? It doesn't sound good.
well, it's a hanging man basically. It's what it says on the tin. It's
Right,
a picture of a hanging man.
Yeah, but would that mean death and stuff?
Well, I don't think it does actually, because even the death card doesn't actually mean death,
Right, okay.
depending on what other cards you pick.
What does Billy say about it?
So Billy doesn't like those cards either because he thinks they're slightly, they're too much.
Right.
So, and because she does it with kids and things like that.
What are you crying for? Well, your nan's gonna die. Come on, cheer up. I don't care, it's your birthday.
What you just said.
Billy picks the cards, love, move on.
Next.
Put the pound down and piss off, will you?
I'll allow me to see in a minute.
Yeah. All right, mate, why the long face?
Oh, dear. So the most recent one that he did
Yeah.
was about a psychic goat whose predictions have been spookily accurate is the bearer of bad news for the royal family and for those hoping aliens will make contact with Earth. Billy the goat, who uses tarot cards to tell people's fortune, has performed for crowds around the UK. And he's cast his view on the future of the royals, and it's not so positive.
Did he bring out the nonce card for Prince Andrew?
Oh, dang!
But also backed up the no sweating card.
Yeah. And something to do with Pizza Express or something,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Have you got any evidence of Billy?
He predicted that Harry and William will not be having a happy reunion because he didn't come to the wedding, did he? No, he went to the wedding, but she didn't come to the wedding. He predicted that, basically. Whatever that dynamic was. Am I talking about a wedding or a funeral? Queen's funeral. My God.
Do you want to Google it? Who is the goat in the royal family?
No.
William Windsor. Apparently there's a goat in the royal family. We're trying to find out what's going on here. William Billy Windsor is a Kashmir goat who served as a Lance Corporal in the 1st Battalion, the Royal Welsh and Infantry Battalion of the British Army. Well, there's a more successful goat than me in life. That's terrible. If we're getting led into battle, do you know what I mean? We're all machine. What gun do you want? I don't know. I got the goat.
Go.
You're not going to do anything with that, mate. Oh, yeah, check out these horns. Am I not?
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
A butt from a goat, as in one of those.
Oh, right, yeah, not the back
the
end.
hind.
Yeah, that hurts.
That would kill.
Yeah, I'd still take a machine gun. It's not that much of a competition. Right, anyway, so Billy... But
I think we should get him on to predict. I'm not even joking. He's totally accessible.
Yeah,
he also got like the football results right.
For what?
A football game.
It's just astounding research yet again, Joanna. I called you Joanna because I was like telling
me off.
Yeah.
He's got his own Facebook page. Billy Bowler, the psychic goat.
Billy Bowler, the psychic goat.
Or Bowler. Bowler?
It'd be great to get him on, wouldn't it?
I want him on.
We could just get him to ring in. That'd be thrilling, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah, he predicted that Nicola Sturgeon would not be arrested.
Clutching at straws here. What else has he got there?
He's got loads. She posts for him all the time.
Who will win the
SNP leadership race. Because he's from Scotland.
Oh, that makes total sense. Of course he's going to know a lot more on that then.
But she travels with him. And
Nicola Sturgeon?
No. Travels with Billy the goat. I mean... This is his owner. She's an animal healer too, you know, and she communicates with animals. She's all into all of that.
Yeah, I want to get a reading from Billy the Goat.
Yeah, I do. He's very accurate as well. She said he gets it right all of the time.
She says he gets it right all of the time.
Well, apparently he predicted that this man that he met at a festival was going to get married and have a kid very, very shortly. And the man did. And he wasn't even dating the lady yet.
It's quite impressive.
He's got loads like that. I've got the list.
But when you're saying that, I'm just imagining Billy like having a fag, being like, "You got any life insurance, mate? Because you got kids on the way." That's what I'm thinking.
I like that version of him.
But he's just basically picking a card off a table.
Yeah, but
You're asking for a lot of
accurately,
faith here for me to believe in this.
I think we need to meet this goat, man. I'm telling you. So that's it. That's my Billy the goat. So my thing is, I think we should get him on because I do actually want to know.
You want a tarot reading from a goat?
Yeah, I do. I'm sorry.
Of course you do.
Why do all fortune tellers? Apparently, she passed on her powers to him. She was reading tea leaves in the wartime. She was getting it right.
Yeah,
Who's to say that animals aren't intuitive? They're finding out more and more things about animals all the time.
Also, who's to say, the cynic in me would say, maybe business wasn't doing so well and the novelty of her being able to read tarot cards wasn't working out quite as well. So she went,
Train the goat.
not even train the goat. Train the goat. No, I'll just say the goat's doing it. Train the goat. The goat's not going, yeah. Yeah. And the hangman's noose, what's that again?
No, he's gone. Don't want the hangman's noose. Don't get those ones out of it. It's a bit brutal for the kids.
Get these bells off. Right, get some sage going here.
Get the Febreze out because I stink.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Billy the goat. But I do have a request. I would like us to try and get a reading from Billy.
But it's the word, it's the use. I think it's a bit of a stretch, Joe. Psychic goat who is spookily accurate at reading fortunes makes Nicola Sturgeon arrest prediction. But it's a yes and no answer, and he's picked up no.
Yeah. You got 2 chances.
Spookily accurate, though, is your dad was being spookily accurate when he said your car's going to blow up, and then lad's car blew up the next day.
Yeah, but he can smell
Picking
that coming.
Yes or no
Yeah, but
isn't spookily accurate.
I know, but the amount of times Billy has got it right is what's spookily accurate.
Right.
That's what they're basing this off of. The amount of times. It's not going to make news just for a one-off, is it?
What's the other ones then?
He's got loads. He predicted the football. He predicted something to do with Meghan and Harry. You're like, no, this is part of your research. You need the points. I have got the points. They're all here.
It's very sweet. It's pretty. I think that's very cute. Sue and the goat going around reading people's fortunes.
Yeah.
I think that's very cute. Once the person has stroked the goat for a while, they put their hand on the deck of cards and choose which one feels right, or Billy chooses it for them. We all do these big live shows. We are like a group of storytellers. It's like a festival and a farm here. Well, I think we should definitely do that. What we should do is we should get like portable mics and then get out to one of these festivals and get a reading from Billy the Goat.
I would love that.
That'd be really cool, wouldn't it?
I know, because who's to say people are always the ones?
Not quite buying it. Not quite. I think
I still want to meet him.
Billy the Goat or Billy Bullshit is... I'm not 100% convinced, but I like the story.
Thanks, mate.
I think it's very cute. I really like Billy and Sue. I'd like to do an interview with them.
I know.
Find a little bit more about Sue.
Yes.
Especially about her grandma and like the tea leaves
I
things.
know.
How does that work?
You drink the tea, drain
Drink
it,
the tea,
and then
yeah.
it's something to do with how they settle in it, and then they... I don't know. I don't actually know. I'm making it up. But I know it's they read the tea leaves, don't they? And if you get a good one of those, they can be accurate as well.
I'd be such a mischievous psychic. Because all I'm thinking in my head is if someone came in, I'd do the tea leaves, let them drink it, drain it, and then I'd look at it for quite some time, and then I'd go, yeah, it says you're a I just couldn't resist that moment.
You might want to look at that.
Yeah, and also your gran says hi. Right, that's your time up. For another 5 minutes, that's another £5, son.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, mate.
That's all right, mate.
Enjoyed that.
And I think we're all aware that I'm the one that does the best research, the most accurate plotting.
100%. Well,
Yeah.
you've just done it.
Yeah. So,
It's out there for people. You make your own judgments. Next episode is going to be great. We've got a really, really cool guest. And the guest is going to be... We talked a little bit about birth charts, didn't we? And they are a famous astrologer. They're so hot right now.
So hot on fire.
So hot. And they're going to come spill all the tea, give us a bit of an education on astrology and a bit of insight into how that all works, what that world is, and how they came about it. And I want to learn loads from it, so I've got loads of questions.
Yeah.
And get my birth chart.
I'm going to need to learn to do that because I'm just going to want to know everything. So I'll just...
Start the show, mate. Do what you want. Billy Big Bollocks.
Do what I want. Do what I want.
It's Joanna Bull. She does what she wants, even if she does shit research about a goat. That's episode 7.
Yeah.
Love you.
Love you.
Thanks for the nice time.
Yeah. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.
COVID-19, caught it. Let's do it.